bullet ant number 10 on our list, the bullet ant. This ant is about an inch long, found in the rainforests of Central and South America, and it's nicknamed the 24-hour ant because that's how long the pain from its sting actually lasts. On the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, a real scale scientists use to measure insect pain, the bullet ant scores a perfect 4+, the highest rating that exists. Entomologist Justin Schmidt described it as walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel. And here's the wild part. Some indigenous communities in the Amazon actually use this pain on purpose. In a coming-of-age ritual, young boys wear gloves woven with hundreds of live bullet ants and have to keep their hand inside for a full 10 minutes. Multiple times, over months. That's not an accident. That's a rite of passage. One sting, 24 hours of pain. Number 9. The exploding ant, an ant that will blow itself up to protect its colony. Meet Colobopsis saundersii, known as the exploding ant. These ants carry oversized glands packed with a sticky toxic gel that runs almost the entire length of their body. When a rival colony attacks, instead of fighting normally, these ants contract their abdominal muscles so violently that their bodies rupture on purpose, spraying toxic goo all over the enemy. It's called autothysis, self-destruction as a weapon. The ant dies instantly, but the goo is so sticky and corrosive that it can trap or kill several attackers at once. In an ant colony, one worker's life is worth nothing compared to the safety of the queen. So evolution built them a literal self-destruct button. The Honeypot Ant number 8 is an ant that turns its own body into a living refrigerator. Honeypot ants have a special caste of workers called repletes. Other ants feed them nectar and sugary liquid over and over until their abdomens swell up like tiny balloons, sometimes so big they can't even walk anymore. They just hang from the ceiling of the nest, motionless. Living storage jars when food runs low during the dry season. Other ants come tickle the replete's antennae, and it regurgitates the stored honey to feed the whole colony. In some cultures, these ants are even considered a delicacy. People literally bite the sweet abdomen right off. Nature's version of a snack cupboard, and it's alive. Number 7. The Dracula Ant earns its name for a genuinely disturbing habit. Dracula ants, found mostly in Madagascar, don't feed their queen or their sisters through normal mouth-to-mouth food sharing like almost every other ant species does. Instead, adult Dracula ants pierce their own larvae's skin and drink their blood, called hemolymph, directly from the babies. Scientists actually call this non-destructive cannibalism because the larvae survive it and grow up fine. But still, the adults in this colony cannot eat solid food at all. Their entire diet is baby blood. That's the trade the species made a long time ago, and it still works, millions of years later. Number 6. The trapjaw ant, the fastest strike in the entire animal kingdom. Trapjaw and Dracula genus ants can snap their mandibles shut at speeds recorded up to 90 meters per second, faster than a camera can even track without slow-motion tech. That's fast enough to instantly stun or kill a centipede many times the ant's own size. But here's the twist. These ants also use their jaws as a built-in ejector seat. If a trapjaw ant senses danger, it can slam its jaws into the ground and literally launch itself into the air, flipping away from a predator in a fraction of a second. One body part, 2 completely different superpowers, weapon and escape pod in one. 5. The turtle ant number 5 has a head shaped like nothing else in the insect world. Turtle ants, of the genus Cephalots, have soldiers with broad, flattened, shield-like heads. Their entire job is to stand at the entrance of the nest and use their head as a living door, plugging the hole perfectly so no intruder can get in. And some species take it even further. Their bodies are shaped just right to catch air, so if they fall out of their treetop nest, they can actually glide back to the trunk instead of falling to the forest floor. A built-in cork for a door, and a built-in parachute for falling. All in one ant. The weaver ant number 4 doesn't build its nest, it sews it. Weaver ants build homes out of living leaves, stitched together using silk. But here's the catch. Adult weaver ants don't produce silk themselves. So they grab their own larvae like little glue guns, gently squeezing them to release silk thread, and use it to bind leaves together into a sealed nest. Groups of ants link their bodies together in chains to pull leaves into position while other workers sew them shut. It's teamwork most humans couldn't coordinate, done entirely by insects with no supervisor. 3. The crazy ant number 3 has accidentally become an enemy of modern electronics. Hairy crazy ants have a strange habit of crawling directly into electrical equipment, junction boxes, outlets, wiring. When one gets electrocuted, its body releases a pheromone that signals other ants to swarm toward the danger, not away from it. More ants pile in, more get electrocuted, more pheromones get released, until the equipment is physically clogged with dead ant bodies and short circuits completely. These ants have caused real electrical failures in homes and businesses across the southern United States. An insect that fights electricity with sheer numbers, and often wins. The ant that steals an entire colony number 2 doesn't build a home. It steals one. Solenopsis daguerreae is a parasite species that has no worker caste at all, only queens and males. A parasite queen finds a totally different ant colony, tracks down their queen and clings onto her body, masking her own scent completely. The host colony can't tell the difference. They raise the invader's eggs as their own, feed her, protect her, while their real queen slowly starves inside her own home. An entire ant civilization hijacked from the inside without a single ant ever realizing what happened. No. 1. The ant that became a single superorganism and number 1. The weirdest ant on Earth isn't weird because of its body. It's weird because of its scale. The Argentine ant doesn't look special at all. Small, brown, unremarkable. But in the early 2000s, scientists discovered something almost unbelievable. Argentine ant colonies across Europe, from northern Italy through France to the Atlantic coast of Spain, don't fight each other like normal rival colonies do. They recognize each other as one single family, a supercolony stretching roughly 6,000 kilometers, estimated to contain billions of individual ants that behave as one unified organism. 2 separate supercolonies on 2 sides of an ocean actually collided and merged into one. Somewhere on this planet right now, there is a colony of ants so massive that it may be the single largest cooperative organism ever known to exist. Not a metaphor, not an exaggeration, an actual living network, thousands of kilometers wide that never stopped growing. That's number 1. So next time you see a line of ants crawling across your kitchen floor, remember, somewhere out there, one of their cousins might be part of a colony bigger than most countries. If this blew your mind, hit subscribe. Because next time we're ranking the deadliest insects on Earth, and trust me, it gets worse. See you in the next one.